This is my first time playing Amnesia. It says play it in a dark room, and it's dark. And I'd also... it also says make sure you're playing with headphones for the best experience. This will be my first time playing it. I have no idea what this game is like. So, if I do horrible, I do horrible. Inventory, interact, lean, journal, crouch, jump, lantern, move, rotate, grow, run. Okay. Start new game in hard mode. This is it. So don't give me any clues. Don't tell me what this is like. I have zero experience in this whatsoever. Just going straight to hard mode.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
Memento has been added to the journal. Be sure to check them. There's no note. Oh, memento. Follow the witch trail. Right. Oh, that's how you go in. How am I supposed to hide? Oh well. It told me to put it to where I could see the right square. I can't see nothing. Tinderbox. Are used to light candles and other sources of the environment. Current number of tinderboxes are shown in inventory. 1. Beware, when standing in darkness, your sanity will slowly drain. Turn on lights in the environment using tinderboxes and search for other. Gotta figure out how to open these. The other children cheered him on, his name voiced in a steadily rising pace, urging him to do it. Am I really doing this? The young boy thought as he struck his victim with the Filled with oil, can be turned on by pressing square. Did I just waste my tinder? blood. We can clearly see that.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God, one last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to redeem us both, Daniel.
I messed that up. I didn't realize that I pushed the button by accident and I don't know what it said. I'm out of oil. No oil. Is there another one over here? This shows blood underneath that box. Oh, we'll keep going. Door slammed shut behind him, and he knew he would never again see the old tailor at Berkeley Square. Another lone soul in London is appropriate somehow. Need to find the oil.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
Is that oil? Yes. I don't think it's gonna work. Add more oil to my lantern. Oh, I need more oil than that. Blood shows me to go down there. At least I think it's blood, it's just fluid. So I'm gonna explore everything first. Mine cellar. Laboratory. He fell to the kitchen floor, tears beginning to well in his eyes as he received the first kick in his stomach. Hazel remained hidden in fear she too would be punished. Oops, wrong button. Wanted to do this. Oh, these slithering sound crazy. And I'm moving these because so far I found some stuff in weird places. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can to move them to the wine cellar. Oil.
There should be more coop rats. Let me see. And one part aqua fortis.
This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compound lacked the potency I needed, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and opiment are a given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis and hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put any use except as a detergent. Organ tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled in the greatest of care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. Can I open these? Oh, nice. Close this back up. Get this one. Okay. One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. When I find myself doing terrible things, as long as I'm able to think of you and long for life together, I know I'm better than others. I weep for them, the lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and safe return. I guess I don't get to keep that. None. 4 different chemicals. Well, 4 different chemicals are needed. Do I have any? Chemistry pot. Oop. No, that didn't do it. Where did that chemistry pot go? Did I just lose it? I guess I lost it. Back later.
There's nothing left. Everything is gone.
Where was that? Upstairs? The fragrant taste of rose lingered in his mouth, Turkish delights, he thought, just like the ones at the consulate in Constantinople.
May 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Oh, wow. What was that? What's that? Oh, okay. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, and my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend any services to the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break the seal. Wilhelm, House of Garrick. So it sounds like a military service. There we go. Nope. Nice. Anything else? Close.
"17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Guess I wasted a ender. I guess this means I was in here already. Good call. This is later on. Unless I go around this way to get there.
May 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Kingdom of Proof. So, what do I need to break that? Book? Floor plan.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wards. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Wait a minute, how do I get out of here? Something change?
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Altstad of Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Altstad. Deep within the East Prussian woods, for centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbors. Castle Brennenburg, the quiet forest-clad mountain dressed with scattered lakes, is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations. It will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep appearing. Oh. You pressed X. Whatever. Won't open. Lock. Must be a way. Don't tell me I'm wasting things. There. Oh, yeah, I get it, I get it. The one code. Wilhelm and his bulls have endangered my research long enough with the absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest, feeling my trust disturbed. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennan. I need to lock Wilhelm and up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar was left will be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the Kingsmen leave, or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both problems. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh, that's right. Maybe I could break that with the chair. Is there no way out of here, or am I just looking at the wrong spot? Oh. Oh, there was something there. What? Thing hurt me. That's the laboratory. I need to go to the wine cellar. Here we go. Found it. Beware when standing in darkness, just none of you will slowly drain.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Last one. Good. Oh, that's one of the ingredients. The laboratory. Another ingredient. Thought that was blood, but it's wine. Alright, so this door is blocked now. Wait a minute. There's 4. I only got 3. So I think I need to go back in there. Yeah, I need to go back in there because I need 4 and I only got 3. And I'm about to be out of lantern. About to be out of tinderbox. I already grabbed the one from in here. So I just came. Now I'm out. Here. I was like, I swore there was a room where I used my tinderbox. where's that last one at?
What's happening? Oh, it feels like my chest is going to burst. Oh.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Accept it. We're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
My name is Wilhelm Hasegeric. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago, I was summoned to the castle Brennenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about what this supposed knight of the order could want from me and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It drawn on me that the nature of the contract was sordid and that the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past and not the honors I've been rewarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position within noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly and I accepted it wholeheartedly. Ever since the day I've brought men, women, children to Brennenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100, none of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had suspicions as we descended down the stairs and he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine, and my men drank without restraint. So begins the punishment of our sin. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I have done. I was weak and fell into his diabolical ways. My men are screaming. Their skins have been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes, and I can no longer. I think that's the last one. Where was that torch? What is this? Now to go to laboratory. After enduring 3 days of Algiers, a sailboat was finally arranged to take him across the Mediterranean Sea to Gibraltar. Having reached the British territory, it was just a matter of receiving the cabin. Whoa, what was that? Why am I getting beat? The archive. Oh, that's the wine cellar, that's where I came. Refinery. I don't remember where the laboratory was. The archive. Maybe it's in the archive. Catalog. Rare book. Study. Book 3. Study. Old. Floor plan. Where was the laboratory? Laboratory even inside this section. Where was the laboratory? I have all 4 chemicals, but I can't find the laboratory. Refinery. I can't get into here. Will the laboratory be this way? Nope. Way. The architect won't budge. I think this was the wine cellar. What? What was that? Well, that scared me. Wine cellar. laboratory. This is where I need to be. I need to turn on the burn. Out of acid. Well, now I can go through that door to the refinery. I can figure out how to get out of here. Oh. Quite sure what keeps hitting me right there, but this is where we need to go. What is the torch?
sure is dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason? For the darkness, that is.
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Dandel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
June, 1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all? Was there ever a complete orb?
Those things that hurt me. Another one? Those things hurt me. Crash through the surface, dark Atlantic waters, other champions struggled. There's no saves. I didn't save it at all. Well, if you want me to play this again, put up a comment. If you don't, then maybe I'll just try it again later on, but man, I didn't save the game at all, so it makes me have to start over. Isn't that something? Okay, that's it for now. Bye.